Hello, my friends. Guten Erev Shabbos. Happy Friday. Followed by a beautiful, wonderful, uplifting, and inspirational Shabbos Kodesh. This week's Torah reading, we read the famous story, one of the most famous stories in the Torah, which is the splitting of the Red Sea. But it did not work the way it was portrayed in the movies. Sorry to say. In the movies, you see Moses, played by Charlton Heston, standing over the mountain, pointing at the Red Sea, and it splits, and all this drama. It was very dramatic, but not the way the movie makes it seem. You see, according to many of the experts, the commentators of the Chumash, they deal with a couple of words in the verses that are a little bit confusing, because it says V'yasem es hayam l'charava, and the sea became dry land, v'yibaku hamayim, and the water split. V'yavo b'nei Yisrael, and the Jewish people went in, b'soch hayam, within the ocean, bayabasha, on dry land, v'hamayim lehem choma, and the water became hard, miminam, were like walls, miminam umismolam, on the right and on the left. So what is the order of events here? Now again, the movie wants to say that everything split and everything was fine and then they walked in. But the explanations, the commentaries say it wasn't so simple. The land that they were standing on was dry land. But the water split after the land was dry. The water split after they started going in, which means the people in front were in what we call in amusement parks the splash zone, but they kept walking. As a matter of fact, there was one man. His name was Nachshon ben Aminadav. Nachshon, the son of Aminadav, who was the prince of the tribe of Yehuda, who jumped in, who was up to his neck, didn't know how to swim, was about to drown, and then the water parted in front of him, or around him. So as the Jewish people went through, it parted in front of them, and they kept going. Why? Why not do it like the movies? Much easier. Water splits, everybody goes through, beautiful. Because like everything that happened when they came out of Egypt, it wasn't just God making miracles for them. It was constant lessons. You are about to become God's chosen people. You're about to get the Torah. What is the first lesson to be God's chosen people? Trust. In Hebrew, we call trust bitachon. Absolute trust that everything comes from God. He's in charge. There's another thing called emunah, which means belief, faith. God, there is a God. God created the world. God gave us a Torah. That's level 1. That's called emunah. Level 2, bitachon. Nothing happens unless God wants it to. There is no such thing, and this is what they were being taught. There is no such thing as nature. There's also, in God's eyes, there's no such thing as miracles. You know what a miracle is? It's us. It's us seeing something that we don't normally see. It goes against what we're used to. And you know what nature is? A rule that God put into the world that happens on a regular basis. But when it's different than what we see on a regular basis, it's called miraculous. When it's the same thing that we see, it's called natural. When I taught kids, they used to say, Rabbi, why don't we see miracles anymore? I said, you don't see miracles? You're 10 years old? You're 12 years old? Take a picture of yourself as a little baby when you were 6 months old and hold it next to your face. in the mirror. Your face is bigger than the entire baby. That's not miraculous. Why is that not called a miracle? The reason it's not called a miracle is because it was something we're used to, but it's miraculous. Yes, God split the sea was miraculous, but that the sea is there in the first place, that's also miraculous. What was he teaching them? Go. God told Moshe, don't stand there and pray. Daber Elohim, speak to the people, be so, and let them travel, let them move. Because if they show their faith, the more a Jew shows his faith, the more God helps. He wants us to trust him. We have that opportunity all the time, but especially on Shabbos. On Shabbos, we have an opportunity to just be happy with what we have. Don't worry about issues, and don't try to fix anything. Don't go out to make a living, because God's running the show. Don't cook your food. It's already cooked from before Shabbos, and God's running the show. Don't travel in your car. Where do you have to go? God's in charge. It's actually like that all week long. But one day a week, we're told, Daber Elohim v'so. Speak to the Jewish people that they should go, they should travel. No, they're not travel, but they should go with their faith. They should have absolute faith in Hashem that He's going to take care of everything. And there's nothing to worry about.